What's up, fellow lords of gaming, and welcome back to the channel. So we're back with some more Black Desert Online content, specifically the March 20th update. So let's jump right on and get to it. All right, guys, a lot to get to in these patch notes, so let's start off. All right, first up, major update for this is going to be the Ataraxian or Zekia update that's in the game, and then we've got a bunch of class changes and not much outside of that, other than some events that are surely unlikely to piss people off. So let's take a look at these. So the story of Ataraxian, the last stronghold, is basically now inside the game. So you can pass through Valmika, Cycrea, and Volinka. I can't say those damn names. But anyways, you can pass through those, use any of the gates basically inside of there to enter to Orzeka, and then you're there. There's about 14 quests in total that they've said they've added to the story in order to help you explore Orzekia's quest line. So go take a look at that overall. I think, you know, this is one of those things, like, I think that should be built out more for like dungeon rating for the game on a whole. It's one of the pieces I think feels like it's a little bit missing inside Black Desert. We've got world bosses, open world and stuff, but there's not enough like dungeon type raid content where you feel forced. I remember back when the game first came out, having to do like the guild bosses and stuff like that, and it was a major thing to get everybody together so that way you could play it. I don't really feel like there's that much there anymore. I mean, I know that we have like co-op for you know, Land of the Morning Light bosses and stuff like that, but it just doesn't feel quite right. So anyways, but we've got Orzekia, so Norma and Elvia are basically on the zones. You can see the recommended AP here is 350, recommended DP is 440, and then we've got the recommended AP plus 1100 based on your total stats. So take a look at Orzekia. I like the look of these bosses and stuff like that inside the area. So the main loot that you can acquire from defeating Centurion, Leo, Spyro, and Alcadia is your Deboreka belt, Deboreka earring, the Gem of Void, Caphras stone, Ancient Spirit Dust Black stone, the Seal Magic Black crystal, and the Thorn Entwine weapon fragment. Now that Gem of Void, I believe, is a new item that's basically now craftable in the game for other fragments. So we'll take a look at those, I think, in a second here. So you're gonna find these threads, and then you'll basically defeat Elvia Realm field monsters to get these Gems of Voids. So you can see here the Gem of Void is basically gonna be used in order to craft the Crystal of Void, or the Crystal of Void Akrad, and the Crystal of Void Destruction. So you can see it's all accuracy plus 3 for the Akrad, and then you can see over here it's all accuracy plus 3, extra AP against monsters, a little bit higher on the Akrad than it is on the Crystal of Void Destruction, and then we've got a difference between critical hit and attack casting speed plus 1. So a little bit difference there, but overall both gems that I feel like people are going to want to get. So you can see the crafting recipe is here. You need the glorious Crystal of Gallantry, Akrad times 1, the Gem of Void times 30, the magical Lightstone Crystal times 300, and Blackstone times 500 in order to make these individual items. Replace the Gallantry with the Precise Destruction, and you basically get the other. So there you guys goes. So you can see here we got the quest for recovering knowledge and first completion. So unlock the knowledge about Ataraxian to unlock these special rewards. So you can see acquire 50 or more, or 100 or more, 30 or more for 1,000 contribution XP, and an enchanted scroll at 70 and 30 for each of those respectively, along with the Valhaz's Dawn and the Seeds of Conflict and the Unseen Dawn title as well. Once you complete the full Ataraxian time capsule, speak to the talk to the Black Spirit, you'll get 1,000 contribution XP, and then a Vice of Vox times 150, and the event Ancient Weapon of Ataraxian inside there. So you can see what it essentially looks like right here. Nice piece of furniture to install inside your manor. Looks pretty cool. We also have some obtainable titles inside here: Center of the Stronghold, the First Savior, and then we have some other titles for defeating specific bosses inside there. So 5,000 Orzekia Ancient Weapons, and all the way up to 20,000 Orzi's Plaything, Thorn in Your Side, Failure, the Immortality of Success, and Alkita Job Done. So we got some class additions and some improvements overall. Adjusted some of the things for warrior. We've got sorceress adjustments as well. We've got the tamer. I don't play any of these classes. I use my Musa primarily to fish, which is sad at this point, but it was one of my first classes inside the game. In terms of that, I played for a long while, so I do enjoy the Musa, but not as much anymore. We've got some archer changes, which I really wish that this class was a lot better than what it is. It was a class that I was really looking forward to, and then I just just didn't really care for the play style too much and didn't really feel like it had its place where I felt like it should have. We've got the Lian updates. We got some Sage. Another one of those classes that just kind of just didn't mesh well with me. I was really looking for something more sword and board like the Dosa, and Sage just wasn't hitting for me as much as I wanted it to. But I'm happy to have it overall inside the game. So if you're playing any of those, take a look at those. Hardcore server, we have, you can see here, they've got a little note. We sincerely thank everyone who have shown great interest and provided feedback during the hardcore server preseason. We're currently reviewing the feedback and preparing various improvements. Firstly, the Gahaz bandits and Pilaku regions, which were previously engulfed by the Black Spirit, will be changed to accessible areas free from the Black Spirit's influence. Additionally, the penalty incurred with defeating adventurers with survival points less than 20% of one's own is a mechanism designed to prevent powerful adventurers from hindering those with significantly less power. Guys, that is the point. That is exactly the point, is that you made a hardcore server, then it should be hardcore. The whole purpose of the hardcore server is that you wanted to increase the opportunity for people who wanted to PvP to PvP. Why put a restriction mechanism in the game to prevent that? Anybody joining the hardcore server should understand by the server's namesake, hardcore, that that's what it is. It's like watching like a hardcore WWE match and then expecting them to fight with pillows. I don't get it. But I understand that they want to make it accessible to a wide community, but they have to start thinking about the implementation. A lot of people are getting very turned off by a lot of their implementation mechanics in the game. However, considering the adventurers with lower scores can also use this as a means to challenge those with higher scores, this penalty will not apply in high-level monster zones and boss spawn areas. Furthermore, when the dark fog is activated, combat will occur in a separate space rather than general field, and the item drop rate for various equipment items has been increased for easier acquisition. They thank you for your feedback. There's a long way to go for this implementation to be corrected, but I think ultimately they need to keep in mind that what people are asking for to join this is a hardcore experience. There are players in the game who simply want PvP within PvE zones, and I get it that you have to balance out those people who are just weirdos and just feel the need like they need to run around the map and just PvP everyone who doesn't even want to engage, and therefore you have to have some sort of balance. But if you create a hardcore server that's supposed to be hardcore, then you just have to have the understanding that the people who are joining that are joining it for a hardcore experience. That's it. Just put some of the other benefits and survival points and other mechanics inside the game, inside the normal PvE mode. But maybe the game just needs hardcore servers and then normal PvE servers. That's just what it is, but whatever. So you can see here what the new points are, the conditions and the after points. So some of them have been decreased and nerfed, and some of them have been rewarded. So basically, if you've been playing, I really haven't jumped into it yet, just because I did for like a first hour or so, and I wasn't really feeling it, to be perfectly honest. When I think about a game mode like that, and I think about hardcore type play, I just immediately think of like a survival game, and I don't come to BDO to play that. When I want to go play like a hardcore game mode like that, or something of that caliber, I'll play something that's dedicated to that, and BDO is just not it, especially with the limitations on the classes. It's just not my thing right now. But you can see here, this is what we're getting from some of the different enemy drops and the survival points and the accessories and values that's there. They changed the loot drop from the bosses latent and pewter room as well. So you can see here, you get your Crow's accessory box for 1,000 survival points. That's still there. And then you have the additional items that are available to you. So blue grade, yellow grade, and yellow grade are available from those. Same here for your pewter room bosses. So there you guys go. Red Battlefield, they changed the standby locations for the castle ruins. Haven't gotten to play those in a while. War Roses, they improved the system to allocate factions more evenly when a guild or alliance participates multiple times. And then we have the season server. So Black Desert Academy has begun. So this is the new season that's basically available to you, and they've changed a lot of the season server benefits. So now they've got a hot time buff. That's 1,000 XP at all times. I believe that's normal for what it is, but whatever, it always gets touted as like a new thing, right? But then we get the reach level 60 in the season Black Desert Academy, and you get your choice of a pin V boss defense gear and the Radiant start box ×2. So you can see here, you're going to basically be able to choose from all your Griffins, Gios, Dim Tree Spirit, Red Nose, Begs, Leebergs, Uragons, and Muskins, and your whole lot of defense gear. None of it can be registered as Central Market, but even better, in my opinion, is the Radiant start box. Instead of just receiving one Patrio's pocket watch, you're going to receive 2. So it's going to basically be one of those things that allows you to instantly reach level 61 with the character. I currently have mine sitting inside my inventory. Haven't used it on a character yet, but it's something that's making me want to level up another character in the game, something like Archer or something like that. And you can see here we've got the Tet boss weapon set ×3 and the Tet boss defense gear ×4. So essentially, this is one of my things with the game. I have genuinely stated this multiple times in multiple videos. They really need to re-examine the utility of the fail stacking system. I understand a lot of players have invested that much time into it, but I can tell you, for the number of players that I have tried to get engaged inside BDO, they love the core combat gameplay, where it's, you know, it feels like you're playing a fighting game, which is different than most targeting system type MMOs, but they are immediately thrown off by the whole fail stacking system of leveling gear. I feel like this just needs to simply, even with the Agris Essence added, I still feel like this is a place where it just needs to be grind to get this and remove the fail rate. I get it, stops you from selling a whole lot of stuff, but guess what, guys? We got a plenty of other games like Warframe and so forth that does that and then doesn't have any problem with it. But it's their method, their model, and who am I to argue? Either get on for the ride or jump off. We also are going to collect the cool wine fishing rod, which is going to allow you to catch multiple fish at once. You're also going to be able to have max auto fishing time, reduction fishing mastery plus 100, and max durability 1000. So at the very least, you probably want to jump in here, collect a character, because even if you're one of those veteran players, you can throw this on into some of your alt characters and basically have that so you can set up more alts around at the world boss sites, so that way you can be on that timer. They've got the Fugar's leveling aid for adventurers to new servers, so don't forget about the leveling aid quest to obtain your Essence of ASUS, your Black Star weapon, your Charizard accessories. All of those are available to you when you complete a season server. They're really good events, so that way you can basically get that sovereign weapon really quickly and get some of those Charizard accessories as well. They've improved some of the quest knowledge as well, and then they've made some UI changes as well for party entry, normal entry inside of there. The rest of this, not a whole lot to talk about, right? But anyways, so let's jump into some of the Pearl Shop updates, which I think is going to piss off a lot of people. I specifically wanted to take a look at the Pearl Shop because of one item. So with the start of the new season, typically we have received a season character ticket, meaning like when you log in, your ability to create a new character, those are given to you. Now for some reason, these are being put into perfect packs or whatever they want to call it. And you can see the price right here. So that season character ticket ×1, you get to choose your premium outfit box ×1, you choose your endless journey box, and then your Black Spirit Pass for 5,873 pearls, roughly $60. So I think this is going to piss a lot of people off just because of those season character tickets are going to be put behind the paywall now. And yeah, I don't think this is going to go over well for people. I think they're going to be pretty pissed off with that, having to have a season character ticket. So if you want to go on the low end side, you can basically pay for $40 to basically get into, and you'll get the choose your endless journey box, the season character ticket, and the Black Spirit Pass. So you're minus some of the items inside the game. I don't think this is going to go over well. Don't forget that we also have the Spring Days outfit box, inside here, so you can select up to 2 of these boxes. Most people just using them to melt to cron stones, right? And then we've got the artisan memory packs as well. They have a new fairy as well for Rosa de Charon fairy. She looks very much like Tinkerbell. And then they've got the bundling deals. So if you need to know how much BDO has transitioned into pay to win, especially with the uses of cron stones, you can now buy your Shining Travel bundle for roughly 23,970 pearls, or roughly $250. and get your Shining Travel bundle box. Yeah, guys, I feel bad about even looking at some of these, but like I always try to point out that this is not something that you have to purchase. Is it going to make it relatively easier for other players? Yeah, I'd be lying to you to say no, guys. I'd simply be lying to you to say no, but it is what it is, I guess. So we do have the Black Desert Academy, the new season, just to reiterate. So you see the rewards here get settled in for your Radiant start boxes, your cool wind fishing rods, and then you'll be able to select those items. So good enough time to jump in and create a new season character. Don't forget about the current event for choose your special courses for the BDA Academy. So you've got now from March 20th to March 25, cast your vote for your favorite event and join the top 3 with the most votes. So you've got the Old Moon class voting box. We've got the Calpheon Grana Odraxia. Vote for the course pass you want in each class and simply do that. After the April 3rd maintenance, the top 3 courses chosen by adventurers will begin. So very, very simple thing inside there, whether you're doing treasure hunting, grave robber, you know, it's a nice event. I tend to like the events that they put in the game. They're interactive enough for the players to want to do them. They're rewarding enough for players to want to do them. It's just implementation, guys. Implementation and timing. So we also have the Black Desert Academy I'm the Class President event going right now. So this one is going to have 12 unique titles. So visit Jatina to claim yours. So essentially you're going to visit Old Moon, the Old Moon Guild Manager and Velia, and accept the event School of Self-Expression quest. You're going to express your class spirit with these unique titles. Open the box, you'll get all the titles at once. So you can see President, Honor Roll, Cheerleader, Top Dog, so forth. Titles of the same color as your assigned class are going to be removed during the April 10th, 2025 maintenance. So it's a limited time event for you to just basically wear that title around, and then at some point it's going to get removed. So I'm not exactly a fan of that event. I guess I don't get the point of it, especially if it's going to be removed. Don't forget that we do have Black Spirit Trials Part 4, the Arsha leaderboard. So it's coming soon, I guess is what they're saying. March 20th to March 25th, we've got the Arena of Arsha leaderboard solo. Fight against strong enemies to test your limits. Check your daily Arsha leaderboard rankings inside the game. So you can see here they don't have them, and you see the times for them from 16 to 1700 PDT or Pacific Standard Time, really, 1930 to 2030 UTC in the EU, and those are your times for it. Now, that's roughly 4 to 5 o'clock. I have a typical problem with getting into these because they do it at such a time that I just never been able to jump in. So it just sucks, but it is what it is. But the rewards you can have to achieve 3 kills in one day. You'll get gold bar 1000 G times 5. Rank rewards, first place 1000 gold bar times 30, and then second to 30th place 1000 gold bars times 29, 28. You guys get the spirit over here, right? 4 parts of the Black Spirit trials rise to meet the challenge. So Black Shrine, Donghae, and Hwanghae Party. The Black Spirit Trials Part 2 until March 27th. The Black Spirit Trials Part 2 is accomplishments, and then you can see all of those events. So that is everything going down for Black Spirit in the next week. I hope you guys enjoyed this update. Until next time, guys. Peace.